Hi, how y'all doing? It's Thursday, November 20th, uh, about 11:20 a.m. as of recording this video. It's been a few days since I posted one, and I know last week I said that I was gonna make a couple videos expressly for that GoFundMe Facebook group that I had found, and get them up, and I never did that. The reason I didn't do that is I ended up having a lot of stuff going on over this last weekend and these last couple of days. And as you know, I had my son for the weekend. And when I got him, I just focused on him. But I started having a lot of issues with the camera in my phone. And like every time I tried to record a video, it would record for like 10 seconds and then stop. And nothing I did, restarting the phone, clearing the data cache in the camera app. I even tried a factory reset, and it just won't. Every time I try to record a video, 10 seconds, a little more sometimes, it automatically stops. It's not my memory. I've got, I think my storage is only like 71% full. And my SD card is less, and I have my camera set to download to store immediately on my SD card. And no, it's not the SD card either. I tried everything. But then again, my phone is over 5 years old now. I have never been one to go out and get the latest and greatest phone when it comes out. These people that go out and lay out over $1,000 on a brand new iPhone every year blow my mind. I've always believed in, if you got something that works good, there's no point in replacing it. I'm definitely not a get the latest and greatest thing kind of guy. And modern technology is not designed to last. My refrigerator is 10 years old, and it seems like every day I open it up and it's still cold. I say a little prayer, because I know people and see people posting all the time about how appliances don't last. And I know a guy, got an old fella, a Facebook friend of mine that lives in Savannah, Georgia, and he's got a refrigerator that was built in 1952, and it's never had any maintenance done to it. It's been plugged up and running since his dad bought it brand new, and he uses it as his garage fridge. And he said that he's been through probably a dozen refrigerators in his kitchen throughout the years, and that old 50s fridge just keeps right on trucking. He said that thing is immortal. And that's how, older technology was. That stuff was built to last. They don't do that nowadays. I'm surprised I've gotten this much time out of my phone. Hopefully, everything else on it continues to work. Knock on wood. Because I sure can't afford to go buy a new one right now. I am recording this video on another phone that I had. It was through a program called Assurant Wireless. Basically a Medicare phone. And I got it last year, a little bit before last year, maybe the year before, because it's a program where if you are like on disability and you draw Medicare or food stamps or something like that. I get Medicare because of my disability checks. They tell me I make too much money for food stamps, which is a laugh. But anyway, it was this federally funded program, and the phone is like, I don't even know what kind of phone this is. I have to look at it up in the settings, I guess. It's like one of the cheapest knockoff Chinese cell phones you can get. The phone itself sucks. But it was free, and all I had to do to keep it active was to call or text on it every 30 days. And I had my folks doing that for me while I was in the hospital and in Bayview and all that. But the program that funded it did not receive funding this year, so it was canceled, and now the phone is not usable as a phone anymore. I could, if my phone decides to just go ahead and give up the ghost entirely, I could add this phone to my program. I think Metro PCS will let you do that. But hopefully I don't have to do that because this phone sucks. But the camera works and the Wi-Fi works, so I'm able to record the video and upload it to my YouTube channel. So there's always a way. So I'm still going to do the video, the video or two that I'm going to make that's going to be more geared towards that Facebook group I found for GoFundMe and trying to attract new donors. I haven't got anywhere with anything else. I've tried. My mortgage lender right now is cool with the situation. Everything is hunky-dory as long as I can get them paid. Make November's payment before the end of November. I doubt that's going to happen, but there's always room for a miracle. And if I don't, you know. The late payment for it is only something like $67, I think she said. So, knock on wood. I'll have Joey again tonight, and tomorrow he'll be riding the bus to school and back. So I went out this morning to get my truck checked out, and you know, after having sat for 6 months doing nothing, my battery has gone flat. I had two batteries because I had the battery that was in my truck, which was like a 10-year-old Napa battery. And it was a great battery, but after sitting for 6 months doing nothing, it finally gave up the ghost. It won't take a charge at all, not even a jump. I could disconnect the battery terminals and just hook up the jumper cables from my mom's Jeep to my battery cables and jump my truck off. But when the cables were connected to the battery, the cells were so drained that it wouldn't allow the current to go through. It would just barely do anything. But I had a battery that I bought 9 months ago now at Walmart for my 87 Jeep Cherokee when I was working on getting it running. It's a Walmart battery, Everstart brand. They used to be decent batteries, but now they suck. We call them never starts because it does not take long for them to go bad. And it was a warranty from a previous battery I had, so I don't have a warranty on this battery. And it sat in my Jeep doing nothing for 6 months. And since I still have to put a power steering pump and a fuel pump and a lift gate on my 87 Cherokee, I just took that battery out of the Jeep and put in my truck. And it will take a charge, but it doesn't hold it. It's got probably a flat cell. I've been trying to recondition it by cycling out the distilled water in the battery and charging it on with my trickle charger every 3 or 4 days. But that has not done the trick, and if I let it sit for a couple days, it's dead. I got a good trickle charger. I bit the bullet and bought one when I got paid this month at Harbor Freight. It was like $40. A lot for me for a trickle charger, but it does the job quite well. So anyway, I went out there and went to crank the truck up this morning, and it was dead. My neighbor loaned me a jump box, one of those portable battery jumpers. So I jumped it off this morning, and it was right about out of gas. So I took my gas can for my lawnmower and put the last of that I had in there to make sure I can get up and back to the bus stop twice tomorrow. And I check it on my multimeter, and the battery is now not charging, and that's not a fault of the battery. That's either a bad ground or bad alternator. I checked my main ground connections, and all those are good. So it seems like my alternator has decided to give up the ghost. There's no telling how old it was. It came with the truck, and so now I gotta call AutoZone and figure out how much an alternator is for it. Last time I bought an alternator, an old school alternator, it's only like $42. but there's no telling what they are now. For anybody that doesn't know, your vehicle doesn't run off of your automotive battery. Your battery is only there to basically start your vehicle, and it helps to supply power to certain accessories while it's running, but for the most part the battery just starts the vehicle. And once the vehicle is started, your engine is turning and your belts are turning. One of the components within your belt system is an alternator. It's basically, for lack of a better simplified explanation, a copper wound motor that generates electrical current. The engine turning it turns the motor and makes it work, allows it to generate current. The alternator generates alternating current, or AC current. And since your car battery runs off DC current, or direct current, the alternator has one of the functions of the alternator is to convert the AC current to DC current to run the system and recharge the battery. That is the rectifier in the alternator that converts it to DC. I don't know if that's bad or if just the alternator itself is bad. But anyway, the alternator recharges the battery, and power goes through a closed circuit system which provides electrical power to all of your electrical systems in your vehicle. If your battery is bad but you can jump start the vehicle, as long as it's running, it will run and everything will work, because the alternator is generating and circulating current. It does not need the battery to run. If your alternator is bad and you've got a good charge on your battery, you can start and run the vehicle for as long as the charge lasts. But the electrical system is drawing power directly from the battery, and the battery is not being resupplied. So it's just a matter of time before your battery goes dead. So I'm doubly glad I've got that jump box. Tonight I'm going to put it on the trickle charger to make sure that all I have to do is go out there and start it in the morning to take Joey down to the bus stop. And then when I get back, I'm going to put it back on the trickle charger, and hopefully it'll be charged to go down there and come back. I'm going to take the jump box with me just in case. It's only like, it's maybe, I'm going to say it's conservatively between 1,000 and 1,800 feet from my driveway to the bus stop. But there's a good little dip in between, and in my condition and as weak as I still am, it's difficult for me to push my little 42-inch Craftsman garden tractor across the front yard. There's no way in hell my ass is pushing that F-250 home from the bus stop. So I gotta make sure that is manageable. Joey is off school next week for Thanksgiving. So I will have him from tonight through till Wednesday afternoon. It's going to be good. We're both excited. As we usually only get the weekend together, but now we get a 4-day weekend together. Almost 5. His mom will be picking him up from my house Wednesday and taking him down to Largo, down by St. Pete, to have Thanksgiving with her mom and her family. That'll be kind of a bummer. But her mom is not in the best of health, and well, she and I have absolutely no love for one another. Joey loves his Grams, so I try to make sure he gets as much time with her as he can. My grandma on my dad's side, she was my nana. I grew up with her in the house. I got almost 8 years with her before she passed away, and my grandma, called her grandma on my mom's side. She passed away when I was in my 20s, but she lived in the Panhandle where they were from, and I lived here close to St. Augustine. So I didn't see her all that often, but still got to see her at least 2 or 3 times a year, and so I want to make sure Joey has that, so that way even when it's my year to have him for holidays, I get him for odd years, she gets him for even years. I still let her take him down there for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And he and I just do our own little thing aside from that. But that's where it is. That's what's going on right now. Just wanted to post an update. I also finally have an appointment with the eye surgeon December 6th. And I hope to hell he can do something about this, because I'm going nuts with the way I see everything right now. Got an appointment with the foot doctor again this next week. Hopefully there'll be good news there. I'm gonna try to do something about my bird's nest up here and make those other 2 videos a little bit later. Like I said, that's not for y'all. Anybody that wants to donate, thank you so much. Go right ahead. But these other 2 videos that I make are going to be primarily for me trying to garner support from hopefully more able donors. I don't know how to say it. I hate the thought of it, but for this more immediate issue I'm dealing with the mortgage and my eyes, and maybe a new alternator and a new battery for my truck. I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.